Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is my honor to come before my peers today as the chair of the Task Force on Women's Issue and affirm my support for this resolution, which declares March Women's History Month and establishes today as International Women's Day. Today, as we recognize the achievements of many bold women, we also recognize many firsts, from Bessie Buchanan, the first Black woman to serve in the state legislature, to Brooklyn's very own Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman to sit in Congress, to our first woman governor, Kathy Hochul. And it is impossible for me not to think today of my mother, who was the first woman in our family to come to America in search of a better life. Very much like the great Harriet Tubman, who escaped slavery only to help others find refuge in freedom, all steps that help future generations. Like Harriet, my mother helped so many of other families follow in her path, our own family, to pave a path forward and to realize many of our dreams. These trailblazers are the first to break down the barriers that were built through systematic disenfranchisement. And yes, we have made progress, but there's so much progress left to be made. We do not have to look very far back in time to recall a period where women did not have fundamental rights. When we couldn't vote or own property or choose if and when to get married. Today, we're still fighting some of these battles. The pandemic has really set us back. Women, especially women of color, remain significantly underrepresented in leadership. The broken rung continues to leave women seeing far fewer promotions than our male peers. America is failing its mothers. Women, and particularly Black women, are dying because of systematic racism and gender biases, which are allowed to continue unchallenged. And across the board, far too many women's health concerns are overlooked or dismissed. The gender pay gap has not closed. Women continue to earn 82% on every dollar a man earns, and a Black and Latino woman, it is more than 10 points lower than that. I have lived these experiences. I can say without pause that every woman in this room has lived experiences of being discriminated against because of their gender. But I do truly believe we are at a turning point. We see that in our own state, where new leadership has given us new hope. We cannot afford to sink back to allow men to legislate what we do with our bodies, like they did in Texas and Alabama, and threaten to do across our nation. We cannot allow these threats that force pregnancy and roll back abortions to take us back to a far less just time. In New York, I will fight alongside our strong female legislators to uphold these laws that protect those rights. I will not stop pushing for equality. I believe in order to truly realize the dreams of generations before us, America needs to give women a fair and equal shot at attaining careers and promotions that are on par with what men have long been handed to them. We need to give mothers paid family leave and universal child care. We need to see to it that equal work means equal pay. And I won't stop there. I want gender quotas on boards, in the C-suite, and contracting opportunities. I believe that we need to make healthcare and education as accessible for our daughters as it is for our sons. We have to work twice as hard, but our daughters shouldn't. We need not to only recognize women today, we need to put them at the center of the policymaking we do here all year long. Thank you for allowing me to affirm my support. Happy International Women's Day. Happy Women's History Month. Let's break the bias. Thank you.